Habari zenyu, mmekuja? Mmekuja tusome? Haya, endeleeni kukuja. How was your day? How was your day? Habari zenyu? Leo tumehama class. Tumekuja class ya majirani. Tutatumia class ya jirani leo. Today I'm not going to be here for so long. Nimechelewa. I was quite busy leo. Kimbia hapa na pale. Lakini Mungu naye ni nani? Hello, good evening. Waiting to listen what you have for us today. Junior Kago, ay, asante sana. Thank you so much. I had a busy day. So I just came in. But nevertheless, we have to do something. Tumalizie mambo ya verbal abuse so that we can start on something new tomorrow, hopefully. And tomorrow is another very busy day. So I'm just hoping it shall be possible. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be wrapping up my day at Tech University. Nitakuwa na wanafunzi tukiongea juu ya relationships. And that age group is my heartbeat. Hiyo age group ndio huwa napenda sana, so that we can mentor them, we can mold them, and they can come out stronger. They can make informed decisions about relationships. So tomorrow I'll be at Tech University, but early in the morning, hey, schedule yangu ni back to back kesho. It's a tight one, but I'll wrap up at Tech University, but I'll try my best. I know the day that I'm with students, it's back to back, maswali nini, so we finish and you cannot leave any any table unturned. So if I happen to come in late kesho pia, mjue niko na tight schedule. Actually, I have 2 consecutive days in universities. Tomorrow I'll have Tech University, and on Friday, I think I should be in KU on gender development department. Their prof was in one of our meetings in the morning and she requested me to join them on Friday. So, lakini hata hivyo tuende kwa kazi ya leo. Mmeshinda namna gani? Did you do my homework? Mikono juu wale hawajafanya homework. Mikono juu. Wale ambao mjafanya homework, punishment. Anyway. Sitaki tuimbe sana. Wairish Monique Karanja, how are you, my dear? Can you tag your friends? Waambie tumeanza darasa. Na yule ambaye atachelewa na darasa ataosha pavement. Leo imekuwa siku mrefu. Nimekumbuka saa 11 sijakula hata lunch. Thank God I had taken breakfast. Okay, how are you? Should we go ahead ama tutafute? Kuna mtu ameniambia anapenda zilizopendwa. Na mimi ni nani nimchezee ingine? Si mimi nitamchezea, Na mimi ni nani? Si nitamchezea hiyo zilizopendwa. Wangapi wa hii enzi? Acha nicheze wimbo ambao inapendwa na mtu fulani. Sitamtaja. Wimbo ambayo imechezwa na Anthony Saul. Wangapi wa zilizopendwa? Naimba wimbo ya wenyewe. kukuacha uteseke nyumbani pekee. Hata mimi najua. Oh, mama, oh. Aki, mnihurumie leo. Leo nimekaa klasi ya wenyewe, nimechoka. Mama, oh, oh. Oh, mama, oh, oh. Yeah, usilie, mama, yoyo. Najua wanipenda ni maru, yoyo. Sikupenda kukuacha uteseke nyumbani pekee. Shida na tabu zinafanya watu hizo ndio mama yoyo. Hello, how are you, child Chacha? Oh, mama, oh, oh. Hii klasi yetu wa freestyle. Tunaimba gospel, tunaimba zilizopendwa. Mama, oh. Safari nilionayo ni ndefu sana yoyo. Sijui mwaka gani nitarudi mama yoyo. Hata mimi sina raha kuwa mbali na wewe yo. Lakini ni hali ya dunia ni vigumu kuepuka mama. Oh, mama, oh, oh. Oh, mama, oh, oh. Niliwaambia ujifundishe kujipea raha mwenyewe. Sijui mwaka gani nitarudi mama yoyo. Hata mimi sina raha kuwa mbali na wewe yo. Ati watoto wa Serelak hizi hapana zetu. Hizi ni za wale ambao tulikuwa tunaamshwa na nitawachezea ile ya kuamka asubuhi. Amka kumekucha. Hata wewe mwanangu. Hizi ni za wale watu wanaanza maisha huu mwaka kama mimi. Ni maru mama yoyo. Ni maru mama. Ni maru mama. Usilie mama yoyo. Usilie mama. Yaani wale wanaume walikuwa wanaimbia mtu hivi walienda wapi? Nitarudi mama. Usilie mama. Oh, ni maru mama yoyo. Watoto wa Serelak hamjui ni maru mama. Oh, ni maru mama yoyo. Huu wimbo kwanza uliimbwa na Les Wanyika. Alafu umeimbwa tena, umechezwa video mpya na Anthony Soul. Acha tumalizie hapo kwa sababu ya muda. Maana hata mimi najua zilizopendwa. Mimi si wa Serelak. By the way, I'm turning. Who is going to guess my age? Ukiguess age nitakupea keki siku ya birthday yangu. So we have looked at so many things about verbal abuse, and today we are calling it a wrap. We are wrapping up mambo ya verbal abuse, tunamalizia leo. Lakini before to wrap up, I want us to look at something very short. And fortunately we were looking at something very short, maana nimejikuta nimechelewa kufika nyumbani. I just got in, nikasikia nimechoka sana, nikabadilisha mahali pa kukaa leo. At least ni relax. Sikutaka kukalia kiti yenye inanisumbua. Uzee pia umeingia. So, wow. Getao Kanyotu, umefurahia Maru? Kesho nitawachezea ingine ya zilizopendwa. Kumbe mnapenda zilizopendwa. So, karibuni. I can see Mary Agola, our very loyal student. Mwanafunzi wetu ambaye anafaa kupewa zawadi. Na wengine, akina Wairimo, I've seen Wairish, and I've seen I've seen Jafetha, I've seen Junior Kago, I've seen Bekson Mutugi. Inakaa class itaanza kukuwa na gifts za wanafunzi. So, because, somebody says I'm 50, Jeso. But I'm not far from that actually. Yeah? Umeniongezea nyingi sana, lakini it's okay. Yeah, but I'm somewhere where people say they start life. Anyway, what to do about verbal abuse? Umejipitia, umejikuta kwa haya mambo yote tuliongea. We have spoken about threats. We have spoken about name calling. We have spoken about people making jokes at your expense. But now, what do you do about that? When you find yourself in that situation, what do you do about it? First step in dealing with verbal abuse is to recognize the abuse. You can never solve a problem that you don't know. Lazima ujue shida iko wapi ndio uisuluhishe. So because you can never solve a problem that you don't know, the first step to do about verbal abuse is you get to know the type of abuse that you're going through. And that's why we are defining. Tunasema hii abuse ni type gani. So for you, number one, what you should know and what you should do is to know the type of abuse. I mean what you should know, not what you should do. Is to know the type of abuse so that you know how to deal with it. So if you, and not only on verbal abuse, on every type of abuse, you have to know hii ni gani, ni nini huyu mtu ananifanyia. And that's why ukienda polisi, wakati unaandikisha pale kwa OB, inaitwa occurrence book. When you're writing kwa OB, hicho kitabu, the askaris will not write kile wamesikia ama kile wameona huko nje. Lazima kukue na mtu wa kuripoti. Askari huwa wanaandika tu labda kama wameokota mwili wa mtu na huko kwa barabara wataenda waandike ilikuwa saa fulani tulikutana na mwili wa adult, kama alikuwa na kitambulisho the better wanaangalia. So it has to shikshiks babo bado hapo kwa fore tu bado, lakini ni karibu na hapo. Anyway, so one thing askari hataenda kuandikisha kabla hajajua vizuri. Na kama hajui vizuri, kama wameokota mtu barabarani labda amekufa, amegongwa na gari nini, they will go and write down ilikuwa hivi saa fulani tukaitiwa mwili ama tukakuta mtu fulani amegongwa, amefanywa hivi, anything of that sort. Sawa sawa. So you identify the abuse, and that's why ukienda kuripot, askari atakuuliza nini, tell me what happened or what did he exactly do to you, kama umeanza kuongea juu ya mtu fulani. And we said abuse can happen at your place of work. So it could be your colleague, it could be in a relationship, it could be a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or a lover, or it could be your husband or your wife. And I said boy shout, siku hizi mnapigwa na mnanyamaza. And I said in this platform, or rather on this platform, we always discuss about gender. And I said when you are introducing, gender doesn't mean women. Gender means either male or female. So here is where we discuss both male and female issues, okay? So identify the type of abuse, recognize if it is verbal abuse, so that we get to know how we are going to sort out this problem. If you have been able to identify any type of verbal abuse in a relationship, it is important to acknowledge that first and foremost. Now you get to acknowledge, but you don't live in that. Get to know this is my situation, lakini usiishi kwa hiyo hali. You have to live now, or to choose what kind of life you want to live. So the moment you identify, now choose what to do. One, you have to talk about it. Nobody will ever help you before you tell them what you're going through. Sijui nishike hii simu, nimechoka kukaa hivyo. Nobody will ever help you without you telling them what you're going through. So you have to tell someone somewhere. You have to talk to someone. Umwambie what you have been going through. And these people are going to help you identify what you have been going through in a better way. Maana utasema tu nilikuwa natukanwa, o nilikuwa nafanyiwa hivi, o nilikuwa nafanyiwa hivi. But there are people who are more experienced. They are going to help you dig deeper so that you get to know what you have been going through. Labda hata sio verbal abuse peke yake, labda kuna hata emotional abuse. Then how do you start taking steps? This is where I said today we are going to look into one thing that should help you in every area. Somebody is calling me, wacha nimkate, tutampigia baadaye. This is what you should get to know. You should get to know that something should be done. And what should be done? What should be done is, number one, you set boundaries. And this one is for all types of abuse. Every type of abuse that you're going through. Ukiwa unapitia aina yoyote ya abuse, you have to set boundaries. What do I mean by setting boundaries? Setting boundaries means firmly tell the verbally abusive person that they may no longer criticize, judge, or shame you, name call you, or threaten you, and so on. Stand on your ground and tell them enough is enough. And this is where many people go wrong. We don't have the guts to stand up and declare our position. Ati nikimwambia atafilaje? What are you feeling wewe juu anakutukana? Wewe unafilaje akikuongelesha hivyo, akikwambia wewe hata hukuenda shule? I've dealt with some cases. You find there are women who have even ended up being suffering emotionally and even mentally because somebody told them, wewe enda huko hata nilikutoa class 8. You know, it hurts. So set boundaries and tell them enough is enough. It is okay to set boundaries. It is okay to say, no, you will not abuse me anymore. It is okay to tell someone who you are feeling. Na hii class nataka tujue ya kwamba it is a class where you have to know how to express how you are feeling. If you feel angry, mtu asikusalimia alafu anakuuliza mambo poa. Me, I like the way wazungu wanaambiaga mtu. If you ask mzungu, how are you? If they are not okay, he or she will tell you, I'm not fine. Alafu unashindwa ile tabia yetu ya Afrika here. Kwani kumeendaje? No. If you're not fine, learn to say you're not fine. So if I ask you, how are you? How is your morning? And then you tell me, I'm just there. I'm just there. Where? Just tell somebody, no. I'm not fine. Okay. Then, tell this person, if these are people who have been screaming at you, maybe swearing, oh, hii kitu nitakufanyia, oh, sijui nini, tell them the truth. You should not scream at me. The other thing that you should do, you limit exposure. If possible, take time away from the verbally abusive person and spend time with people who love and support you. It is okay to go where you are loved and not where you are tolerated. It is okay to be where you are loved. It is okay to be where somebody values you than just to be there somebody is tolerating you. So be with people who love you and that can support you. Limiting exposure with the person can give you space to reevaluate your relationship. So the moment you limit exposure with me, if I'm the one who is abusive to you, it helps you to sit down, reevaluate your life, calculate again, fanya hizo mathematics tena. Ask yourself, am I going to any place? Mimi nikiwa na Diana surely, maisha yetu inaenda wapi? Where are we going? Where are we headed to? Okay? Surrounding yourself with a network of friends and family will help you feel less lonely and isolated and remind you of what healthy relationships should look like. But here I want to also to tell you, it is family members who are not verbally abusing you. It's family members and friends who don't go outside there to speak about you or to speak about what you shared with them. So if you have such a family, if you have such good people, then you will get to know how does a good relationship, how does a good friendship look like, how does a healthy relationship look like, because there are people who have been insulted, assaulted, and abused until they don't know how a healthy relationship looks like. Healthy relationship sio kupiga picha kuweka social media. By the way, kuna picha za emotions nyingi sana zinaekagwa kwa social media. You know, we are human beings, and when you're overexcited, you will do something. When you're angry, you'll do something. And because we are emotional beings, this is why you find if somebody maybe amekosana hata na bwana yake, an event kwa social media, because we are emotional beings and we have different ways of exposing what we are going through. And if this person is so happy, ataandika family of the year, the family of the month, ile picha yenye mmepigwa na yeye. It is okay. It is a way of expressing yourself. Then number 3, what should you do? End the relationship. And this is always the toughest part. And even for counselors, this is the toughest part, when the counselor wants to tell you to end a relationship, but even sometimes they don't know how to tell you. But they have to tell you, we think the far you have come, this relationship has an issue. If there are no signs that the verbal abuse will end, or that the person has any intention of working on their behavior, you will likely need to take steps to end the relationship. Before doing so, share your thoughts and ideas with a trusted friend. And note the word trusted, underline it or write it in red. A trusted friend, family member, or counselor. And in this case, I would advise a counselor, because most of the counselors, you're taught to be private and confidential. You may also want to come up with a safety plan in case abuse escalates when you break things off. By this, what do we mean? If you are in a relationship and you've decided to end it, and maybe abuse has continued, this person is threatening you, this person wants to come where you're living, maybe they have been stalking on you, they have been tracing you through their friends, what do you have to do? You have to come up with a safety plan. Safety plan number 1, you have to go and report. And let me tell you, not even a single case will ever go to court directly before it has been reported. If something wrong happens, if before we come for your rescue, we will ask you something. Did you ever report? Do you have a track record? Do you have an OB number that shows it was a cycle of what was happening? So get to know that there is an importance of a safety plan. Then the other thing, and this is one of the things, inafanya watu wanasema usingilie watu wawili wapenda nao nini. We have seen it all. Sometimes you rescue somebody and you take them even to a safe house. And then all of a sudden they have invited their husband or their boyfriends or whoever had abused them. Alafu anakuja mpaka anajua safe house iko wapi. Then when you are leaving, you hear this person saying, ebu tuenda nikikupiga nimejua mahali nitakuja kukutoa next time. Get to know your safety comes first. Have a safety plan. And if you reached out to an organization and this organization decided to give you a safe house, kindly don't expose other women, don't expose other children, don't expose other men or whoever is in that safe house. Okay? Finally, seek for help. After setting boundaries, after limiting exposure, after ending the relationship, seek for help. You might end a relationship maybe because you were so bitter, or maybe something happened, but you did not seek for help. By seeking for help, what do I mean? Healing from verbally abusive relationship may not be something you can do on your own. If it was a cycle of abuse, let me tell you, it really takes time for you to heal. You cannot heal on your own. You need help. You need help. Especially where abuse was involved, you need help. So it is so important to get to know that you need help. So seek for help. Reach out to trusted loved ones and get to underline the word trusted. Get to underline the word trust. It is important. And that's why somebody said, trust is like virginity. Once it's broken, you cannot repair. So get to underline the word trust. You have to reach out to a trusted loved one for support, and consider talking to a therapist who can help you process your emotions and develop healthy coping skills for dealing with the short and long-term consequences of verbal abuse. Remember, yesterday we were dissecting and discussing about the long-term and short-term consequences of verbal abuse. Now we are here and we are saying you need to seek for help, but you need to seek for help and reach out maybe to a therapist who can help you, number one, process your emotions. So your emotions need to be processed. It's not just a matter of sijui ilikuwa nini. You need to process your emotions and develop healthy coping skills for dealing with short-term or long-term consequences of verbal abuse. And for those who are not in class yesterday, we looked at long-term and short-term consequences of verbal abuse, where yesterday we looked at anxiety, and we said, what is anxiety? Anxiety is a feeling of fear, a feeling of uneasiness. And we described and we said it might even cause you to start swelling, feel restless, you feel tense, etc., etc. Number two, we said another long-term, and sometimes it can also be short-term consequence of verbal abuse is change in mood. You just change in mood, etc., etc. Change in mood is a mental health problem that primarily affects a person's emotional abuse. It is normal to change someone's mood because, for example, if a woman maybe is pregnant, you find there are those mood swings, etc., etc., and you don't choose to. Sometimes it's caused by your situation. Then we have chronic stress. We discussed about chronic stress. We also discussed about self-esteem. And we said what somebody who abuses you verbally, they will ensure that you have a low self-esteem about yourself. These are people who don't want you to believe in yourself. These are people who want you to just believing that you are a low and a second-class citizen. Then what else did we talk about? We spoke about depression. And I said depression is a whole topic that we are going to cover. Then something else we also spoke about, which is a bit related to depression, is post-traumatic stress disorder. That is another thing that happens when somebody has been abusing you verbally or making sure that you don't have peace, you're emotionally strained, your mental health is affected. You might find yourself going through post-traumatic stress disorder. And we looked at even children who have been brought up by their relatives, maybe in the absentia of their parents, etc., etc. And we also looked at social withdrawal and social isolation. And finally, we looked at substance abuse. So these are the things that we have to get to know. For those of you who are not able to join us, you can go to my YouTube channel, Diana Kamande HSC, and you're going to find all this. Every time we learn, the next day I try as much as I can to upload whatever we were learning about. I'm going to upload whatever we learned yesterday right after this. So my final word on this is, although the effects of verbal abuse can be so significant, there is still hope. Get to know there is still hope. Once a person becomes able to recognize verbal abuse in their lives, they can start making informed decisions about which friendships and dating relationships are healthy and which ones are toxic, fake or abusive. Do you know not all relationships are healthy? There are some relationships that you think you're going to get into or you're planning to get into, and you don't know they are very fake and they are very toxic. They are going to affect you for the rest of your life. Keep off, kindly. You also can learn to stand up to verbal bullying. So there is bullying. And I said it's also something else we are going to look into and describe and discuss it in details, especially about cyberbullying. When people decide to start insulting others on social media, name calling, starting to post issues that are not true, issues that have not been verified, that is called cyberbullying. And let me tell you, it is punishable. If somebody sues you for cyberbullying and it is taken care very well, and if it lands on safe hands, because it has to land on safe hands, let me tell you, you're going to part with money, because you're going to be charged for character assassination. You're going to be charged for, what this other one do we call? There is another one. There is a name they use in court. So you're going to be charged, and you're going to pay for it. So verbal abuse doesn't have to leave a lasting impact, and that's why you're being told, seek for help. It doesn't have to leave a lasting impact. What is the solution? You have to seek for help. So today we are going to call it to wrap it up there, because I think we have been able to do like 30 minutes, because it was a bit hectic. It was a busy day for me, but tomorrow I'll try my best. But even if I'll just be here for 30 minutes, we can introduce another topic tomorrow. So we've come to an end of verbal abuse as a subtopic, and we have had quite a long time discussing everything about verbal abuse. Tomorrow we are going to pick up on another different topic, and I believe we will be able to look into that topic, and we will be able to walk a journey together. If you know somebody who is going through verbal abuse, if you know somebody who is going through any form of abuse, you can reach out to the toll-free number that is provided by the government, 1195 1195. You're going to explain your issue there, and you're going to get help. It is a toll-free number for those people who are in Kenya. And then if you want to reach out to our office number is 0702 577 477, 0702 577 477. I always don't forget telling you about my book. I've written a book, and hey, today I was able to hand over a copy of this book to Principal Secretary Mr. Nelson Marwa, who is in charge of State Department for Social Protection, and he was super excited. So do you want to get your copy? A copy goes for 1,000 Kenya shillings, and if you call the numbers that I've given you, 0702 577 477, we are going to make arrangements on how you're going to get your copy. And for those who are also excited about our Valentine's meet and greet dinner, this time it's pre-Valentine's meet and greet dinner, I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to hearing that you're sponsoring someone. Kindly make sure that you plan to attend our dinner. Karibu sana, so that we can have fun together, we can celebrate together. God bless you so much. Have yourself a good night, and I look forward to having you in class tomorrow. Let's start together. Let's introduce a new topic together. I'm not going to share which topic we are going to start tackling tomorrow, but it's still on types of or rather forms of violence or abuse. So we are going to pick a whole subtopic, and we will start discussing it tomorrow. And God willing, if it's a short one, we are going to be able to cover it tomorrow and finish. But if it will be long, we will have some time, like the way we have been able to discuss verbal abuse, and we have been able to go to the nitty-gritties of it. God bless you. Have a peaceful night. Until we meet each other tomorrow, bye-bye. I came back so tired, but I said we had to do this. Good night.